That's the sun. These are short sleeves, and these are shorts. This can mean only one thing. It's the golf season. So a new golf season also means new golf shoes. Lovely. Beautiful. Now, if I was a proper YouTuber, I'd probably be saying, well, there'll be a review coming on my channel soon. But there won't, because ultimately, these are golf shoes. So, I mean, they either fit you or they don't fit you. They're either comfortable or they're uncomfortable. That's pretty much all there is to it. I think YouTube can probably survive without me blabbering on like some other people saying, oh, there's a TPV midsole and added perimeter stability that really helps you hit it 6 yards further. I mean, no they don't, they are just golf shoes. For me, these are comfortable, I think they look nice, and that's job done as far as I'm concerned. But one thing I'm going to do a review on, a kind of test really, is this bad boy. Great Big Bertha Epic Sub-Zero. I can't remember the last time a driver created as much hype as this has. So I'm going to put this head to head against my Ping G LS Tech, both on the launch monitor and on the course, next week, and I'll put a video up of that very soon. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Nobody says that anymore, do they? Anyway, today's video isn't about driver reviews. It's about giving yourself the best possible chance to make a good start to the round and therefore shoot a good score. So first of all, I want to ask you a question, and that question is golf a sport? A lot of people would say no, mainly non-golfers. For me, it definitely is. And as a golfer, you probably agree with me. But despite us golfers saying that golf is a sport, we sometimes do things that would suggest that actually it isn't. By the way, I'm standing in the kitchen because I'm cleaning a set of golf clubs, which aren't mine. A mate of mine was kind enough to lend me these tailor-made blades because for ages I've been saying I wanted to try a set of blades, not just for half an hour in a fitting, but for a week or two. So I've tried these. I'll be doing a proper, not a review, a kind of test next week of my Ping I-25 irons against the Ping G, so a more game improvement iron, and the Ping I-Blade, just to see, for a handicap golfer, what is the difference, what are the benefits and drawbacks of each. But in the meantime, I'm going to give these irons back, so I thought I'd give them a quick clean up before I do. But anyway, one of the things that I think would suggest that golf isn't really a sport is the way that we warm up for it, or don't really warm up that well. So if you were going to play an important football match or run a marathon or something, you'd probably realise that the way you warm up and prepare for it is going to have quite a big impact on how well you can perform. You probably wouldn't expect to just rock up 5 minutes before the start of the marathon and go out and absolutely smash it. Just get another club. Howard, your clubs will be so clean. Thanks, Howard. Anyway, what was I saying? But yeah, that's kind of what a lot of us do for golf. We turn up, maybe hit a couple of balls on the net, hit a couple of putts, and then off we go. And then we wonder why we get off to a crap start. And then when you get off to a crap start, you start thinking, oh, what am I doing wrong? So you start trying to change things, and that just gets worse and worse. It's a recipe for disaster. And it could all be avoided if you just did a proper warm-up, which it's not going to guarantee a fantastic start and a great round, but it's going to give you the best possible chance of having one. Howard, your 9-iron is now glistening. I don't know why I'm singing in that weird voice. Obviously I'm a brilliant singer, really. So I've developed a warm-up routine which I think works really well for me. I'm going to take you through it. I'm not saying that you've got to do this warm-up routine or that it's even, a particularly fantastic one. It's just something that I've put together through watching what tour pros do, watching a few videos, reading a few articles and things in books, and trial and error mainly. So, I've done different things over the years, done longer warm-ups, shorter warm-ups, hitting balls first, putting first, all this kind of stuff. I've now got a routine which I think works as well as it can for me. I do it every time before I go out to play, and I do think it's helping me. It takes 45 minutes in total. It covers putting, chipping, pitching, bunkers, and full shots. So yeah, I'll take you through it now. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you do to warm up, whether you're going to do a different warm up to what you used to do. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just going to go and warm up now.
I'll start off on the putting green. I know a lot of people like to hit balls first and then finish on the putting green, but I prefer doing it this way for two reasons really. First of all, I think it builds a nice controlled rhythm that you can then take forward into your chip-in and your long game warm-up. But more importantly, I don't really understand the point of getting your body warmed up and loose by hitting balls on the range and then standing around not moving for half an hour or so while you practice your chipping and putting, because that's just going to let your muscles get cold and potentially stiff again. I'll start off just hitting a few putts to the fringe, just to get a feel of the pace from how the greens are running on the day. I'll start this from about 15 or 20 feet, I'll go a little bit further back, I'll do it uphill, downhill.
So that gets me used to the pace of the greens, and then I'll just go and hole some really short putts, just literally 1 and 2 footers, the kind of putts that, you know, pretty much I can't miss. During my warm-up, I don't actually hit any putts that I think I might miss. Because if I stand there practicing 6 footers or 10 footers and I can't seem to hold one to save my life, then my subconscious is going to be saying to me, "Oh Rob, you're putting like crap today, you're not going to hold anything out on the course," which is no good. So I start my short game practice off by hitting some really simple chips. Again, I'm just trying to kind of make it easy for myself really, in a way. So if I start myself off on a bare lie and I've got to hit a flop shot over a bunker and I blade it 50 yards, that's not a very good way to kind of build confidence before a round. You'll notice that I've only got a couple of balls. I don't like standing there hitting 20 of the same chip because I think that kind of breeds a bit of complacency. On the course you only get one chance to hit each shot, so I want to come as close to replicating that as I can. Obviously you could argue that in that case I should just hit, you know, one type of each shot, but I find that if I do that you spend as much time kind of walking across the chipping green as actually warming up, so I just think hitting 2 or 3 at a time is fine. And I'll finish my short game practice by hitting a couple of bunker shots because I feel that leads me quite nicely into my full swing. So on the range, I'll lay down an alignment stick just so I can check I'm aiming everything square to my target. I'll just start off hitting some short pitches with one of my wedges and then work my way up through the bag. I'll kind of hit alternate clubs, so one day I might hit 9 iron, 7 iron, 5 iron, 3 iron. The other day I'll do the even number clubs. I only hit a few shots with each club, but I always make sure that I finish on a good one so that if I then have to pull that club out on the course, I can kind of go back to a good memory and just think, right, all I've got to do is reproduce that swing and hit that shot that I hit on the range. I'm not really thinking too much about my swing. I think now's not really the time to be trying to fix your swing or do something new. I'll aim to a specific target on the range so that I can see what kind of shape I'm hitting and whether I'm missing things right or left. But then I'll just want to work with whatever kind of shot I'm hitting on the day. So if I'm hitting a massive cut, I'm not going to try and fix that and try and start hitting a draw. I'll just play a fade out on the course. Some of the best players to ever play the game, including Tiger and Jack, said that that's what they did. And if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for me. I'll finish my warm up by hitting whatever club I'm going to hit off the first tee and make sure that I hit a good one. And then I know that I can just take that feeling straight to the first tee and get my round off to a great start.
So yeah, I'm not saying that this is the greatest warm-up the world's ever seen, or that if you do this you're going to start shooting better scores. I'm just saying find a warm-up that works for you and the kind of time you've got available, and just do it consistently every time you go out. And I'm pretty confident that will give you more consistent scores than just doing a random thing and sometimes having a warm-up, sometimes going straight out.
So one slightly less fun thing about it being the new golf season means that it's time to pay my membership fee. Bye bye money.
On a side note, a good friend of mine is moving to Australia tomorrow, so a bunch of us got together last weekend for a little kind of golf weekend farewell shindig. So I'd just like to include a couple of little clips of him. His name's Dan Chapman. Have a good time in Australia, Dan, and you're welcome.
Go on, Dan, you got it.